The bell's final note hung in the air long after it should have faded. It shimmered, stretching thin, a thread that refused to break. Saffron blinked into the light. The world above the vault looked the same, yet something in the air felt tuned too sharp. The courtyard fountains sprayed upward and froze for the space of a heartbeat before the water remembered gravity again. Ben rubbed his temple. Please tell me that was normal. Pip glanced at his wrist device. The hands spun backward, stopped, and began to tick in polite confusion. Define normal. Working order, Ben said. Ladybird's voice cut through the tension, calm as morning light. Breathe. The academy has endured worse hums. Wren crouched near a rail. The metal beneath her fingers vibrated softly, as though something deep below were whispering its own language. Riley turned their head, listening to a rhythm no one else could hear. The and count, Saffron said quietly. It is still happening. Ladybird placed a steady hand on her shoulder. It is not the vault that trembles, child. It is the echo it left behind. They began the walk toward the main concourse. The halls were crowded with the after hours of study. Drones ferrying tablets. Students drifting in clusters of chatter and caffeine. Yet every few steps, a flicker of stillness passed through the air, like the blink of an unseen eye. A student's laughter repeated twice. A paper dove on a windowsill fluttered, folded back into itself, and landed again. Well, Pip said, this day is officially sponsored by Deja Vu. And anxiety, Ben added. Two of my favorite electives. Ladybird smiled faintly, but did not slow. Observation, not fear. What we name, we can mend. They reached the briefing clock chamber. The crystal rings turned, but one had cracked a hairline seam through its center. Every rotation caught the light wrong, scattering gold into violet. Corvin looked up from his console, eyes shadowed. The rings are slipping out of sync by seconds, instead of minutes now. Whatever the thieves did in the vault, it did not end there. It began there, Ladybird said. They woke a mirror that remembers too much. Wren adjusted her bracelet. The small lenses shimmered, showing hidden frequencies like faint auroras. The air around the clock feels alive, or nervous. Alive can be nervous, Pip offered, especially before tests. Ladybird gave him a patient look. Indeed, the academy is being tested. Ben scanned his tablet. Lines of script overlapped, rewriting themselves faster than he could read. Our archives are duplicating entries in real time. Every word is being rewritten with tiny differences. Some are only commas. Some change meaning entirely. Saffron leaned over his shoulder. Show me the earliest duplicate. The first file blinked open. A simple phrase appeared and disappeared. Who owns yesterday? Wren whispered. Again. Ladybird's expression softened. Sadness behind calm. Patterns repeat until they are understood. Riley's eyes unfocused. I can hear it between the ticks. The world is speaking backward. The lights dimmed, flickered, and steadied. For a breath, all sound left the room. Then a low hum rose from the floor, deep and steady as a heartbeat. Ben's tablet glowed brighter. Text scrolled without command. Saffron, hold the axis. She stepped back, pulse quickening. That was my name. Pip swallowed hard. Please tell me that's a prank from the future, and not the future itself. Ladybird studied the message until it vanished. It seems the future is writing its own letter. The clock groaned. One of the outer rings slipped a fraction, gears grinding in quiet protest. The sound echoed through the entire hall. Corvin moved to stabilize the mechanism, hands sure despite the tremor in the air. We can hold it, but not for long. Time is folding on itself. Ladybird turned to her team. Then we unfold it with rhythm. The encount is not just a measure, it is alignment. We keep pace, and the world remembers how to breathe. Pip blinked. You want us to dance our way out of a paradox. Dance is only disciplined motion, she said. Follow the rhythm. Wren lifted her bracelet. The lights caught the glass, throwing circles of pale color across the floor. Riley tapped a slow triple beat with the heel of their palm. Saffron closed her eyes and counted 1, then 1, then 1. The rings above them shuddered, aligned, and for a moment the hum eased. The gears caught again in perfect time. Then, from the far wall, a static whisper broke through the silence. It was a voice, faint, layered, and wrong. Help! Axis! Hold! It was Riley's voice, yet not from their mouth. The echo carried exhaustion and distance, as though spoken from a place beyond sound. Riley froze, breath shallow. That was me. Ben's fingers hovered over the tablet. Temporal feedback loop. Ladybird shook her head. Not feedback. Forewarning. The whisper repeated, softer now. Hold the axis. Do not trade. Then it dissolved into static. The lamps steadied once more. The clock resumed its slow spin, obedient but strained. Pip let out a long breath. Can we all agree I hate mysterious time warnings before lunch? Permission granted, Ladybird said kindly. But remember, fear does not mend. She turned toward the group, her expression warm and resolute. Whatever fractures, we will meet it with rhythm. We will keep the count until time remembers itself. Saffron looked up at the rings. The smallest one pulsed faintly, like a heartbeat under glass. She felt the vault's silence, still inside her chest, waiting for its next verse. Outside the hall, a faint crack rippled through the air above the academy spire. It glowed for an instant, a seam of light in the sky, and then vanished as if it had only imagined itself. Ladybird's gaze lifted toward the ceiling. The signal has begun. None of them spoke. The sound of the clock filled the space, steady for now, patient as a teacher who knows another question is coming.